Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Carina. I am about to enter my senior year of college at Texas Tech University, where I am a dance major. And the most the most upsetting thing happened this past semester in the fact that I injured myself again. I don't have pictures of it because that's a little weird, but I'll show you a video I have of my knee brace because I sprained my MCL. So today we're going to be talking about all things injuries, recovery, things like that as a dancer, because that's a very niche topic that I feel like I would love to be open about in the process and in hopes of preventing it in the future for myself, but also for others. So yeah, I have notes on my computer, so I'm going to be reading off of those real quick, so that's why I'm looking this way. I'm just going to give a brief kind of introduction of my injury because it's very specific. I won't go into too much detail, but I sprained my MCL on my left knee, which, if you don't know, is one of the ligaments that connects your knee joint. It's the one like on the inside of your knee, and I sprained it in a dance rehearsal after our spring show. So this was end of February. I personally was very, very fatigued at this point. I felt like I hadn't really had a break since even the fall semester. So I went straight from the fall semester. I did have a month off of doing anything, or not a month, however long winter break was. I didn't really do anything during winter break, but I still came back into the spring semester feeling so drained after everything that I did in the fall, because I was very busy in the fall. And we immediately came back to a guest artist not intensive, but a guest artist visiting for the week, which was so rewarding as a dancer. But having learned 4 very high energy routines, doing those multiple times within the course of 4 days was adding on to this level of fatigue that I was feeling. And then we went straight into rehearsals for our next show and technical rehearsals, and yeah. So 2 weeks before, probably not even 2 weeks, the week before this happened, before we opened for our show, I actually had 2 ribs out of place. So I had just gotten those back into place. I had gone through the entire performance, no issues. The next Monday comes and I have a rehearsal for our next show that's coming up. This rehearsal I volunteered for, so it wasn't required of me, but I just wanted to stay busy, and I personally made a very unwise decision with my body, in turn resulting in an injury. I won't go into too much detail because that seems very personal, but if you have questions, feel free to reach out on my social media. It's not graphic at all. It's just very specific, and I don't really know how to describe it to you. So yeah, that was end of February. Now we're gonna talk about recovery process because it was very long. After that happened, I immediately got x-rays done. Nothing is out of place, but I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't straighten my knee. I couldn't walk properly. I couldn't get into the knee doctor quite yet because I think I had to be referred to that. So I went to my chiropractor first, and my chiropractor looked at my knee, kind of did all she could examining it wise, but all she could do is tape it up. The tape, it was KT tape, which helped a lot, but not in anything drastic. And so I went to the knee doctor. They scheduled me for an MRI, but told me that I most likely had an MCL sprain, and immediately that day gave me my knee brace, which is very heavy duty. Didn't allow me to much movement whatsoever, which was fine because I was in a lot of pain, so I couldn't really move anyways. So yeah, I stayed in the knee brace fully for about 2 months, but I started PT. Alright, sorry, I had to clear off some storage from my phone, but I'm back. So I'm going to pick up where I left off. I was in my brace for about 3 months, and I was maybe 4 months, but I started PT around that time, and I've been doing PT ever since, trying to get better. Once I started doing PT, I started doing my exercises for PT in my classes, so maybe it was earlier than that. I'm trying to think of a timeline. It's not really panning out of my brain. But for the rest of the semester at school, I wasn't able to do any dance, quote unquote. I mean, I could move towards the end, but there was a lot of time of me sitting, observing, working through my PT, trying to get better as an isolated mover, as well as observing as a choreographer and a teacher in some aspects. So yeah, after the semester ended, I did all my classes to my best of my ability. I was only able to not complete one of them, so I have an incomplete in my contemporary class that I'll be making up in the fall semester. But other than that, I passed all my classes, so that was good. But I continued doing PT. I was no longer in the knee brace at this point, so I was continuing into PT for the rest of the summer, and I'm still doing my PT now. As of last week, I tried going back into the studio for the first time, and my technique isn't quite there anymore. My stability's not there, my balance, all that things. But I have a little bit more confidence in my movement quality and putting weight back on my leg, and it's still not the best. I won't be jumping into the skies anytime soon, but I know this process is going to be slow based on past information I have from other injuries, which I won't go into much detail about, but I have had very intense injuries over the course of my life, so this isn't anything new to me. I always find that after I have injured myself, I come back stronger, not only as a mover because I have so much more strength holding my body together, but also as an intellectual student, because I have spent so much time just observing, which is so substantial to me as a human being. Just being able to sit there and learn and watch. It's the way I learn, is by watching. So that was good. I also know that with major injuries, it takes years to get back to any bit of a normal way of life, or a stronger way of life. I know specifically for my ankle injuries, I thought that it would be like 6 months of PT and then I'll be good, and then I just kept injuring myself over and over again. And so it wasn't really until college that I felt stability in my ankles, which has been so good to work through. And I also had a major back injury in high school, and it also wasn't until college that I found not really stability in that, because it still affects me to this day, but more of where my limits are now as a dancer. And it hasn't limited me as a mover or as a performer, or in any sense. It's more of just overexerting myself, or my lack of range of motion in certain exercises. It's more of like an exercise realm of things. And also the fact that I can't really do a back bend anymore unless I was to spend like days stretching. So yeah, that's kind of my main takeaway. Is right now I am no way close to being fully healed, but I am feeling normal again, I guess is the way to say it. I walk normally and I'm motivated to keep moving. I can sit comfortably. I've started a new job, so walking around isn't a hindrance. It's just my body's having to get used to it again, and I am having to build muscles in certain places to stabilize my knee because there's not stability there anymore from my ligaments. So yeah, I just want to reiterate the fact that injuries take time to go through, to work through, to get on the other end of. It takes a lot of time. It takes years. And I know it seems like there's always this point in time where you injure yourself, you've gone through your recovery and you think you're good, but it's more of you're just not fully injured anymore, but you're not to your 100% fullest capability. And so the stretch between like not injured but not fully capable to fully capable, it takes a while. And I would like to help that process as much as I can throughout the next year so that I can have a professional career. But that's going to take a lot of effort on my part, and I would like to, you know, stick with it. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about my injury specifically. If y'all have any questions, I would love to share sort of my insights, since I have injured myself quite a lot, but I don't really have any specifics of like that I want to go into more detail in this video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for sitting and chatting with me. We'll be doing a lot more of these sit down and chat sort of videos this summer as I talk through some of the like decisions that have got me to this point that I am today. So the next video that y'all be seeing in this little chat with me video diary series will be about why I chose to be a dance major. So if y'all have any questions about that, I'd also love to hear about that as well. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you like this. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos from me, whether that be chat with me videos, Sunday reset videos, college life videos, anything like that. I'll be doing all of that this summer and this coming year to share with you. So thank you so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, lovelies.